The first thing we need to do is to unplug every cable that is plugged in our computer. That includes cables such as power, USB, mouse, keyboards, and Ethernet. Just unplug the cable for safety purposes.
Before we start disassembling our system unit, we must remove all our accessories. First off, we must unscrew all the screws on the back of our computer. On most cases, there will be large knobs that we can unscrew by hand without using a screwdriver. Then slides towards the back of the computer.
Don't forget to wear anti-static wrist strap. Then attach it in the metal part of the system unit.
Then remove the system fan.
Now that the system fan is out, we can remove the CPU fan.
The first thing we need to do is to unplug every wire coming from the power supply. Once everything is unplugged, unscrew the screw holding the power supply in the place. Then push the power supply from the outside. Then lift it out. To remove the hard drive from the slot, unscrew the screws to secure it in place. You must be very careful to not drop the hard drive.
To remove the RAM, push down the both tabs. Then lift it out.
Remove the latch holding the processor and lift the retaining piece out of the way. Lift the processor out of the socket holding it by edges. We must not touch this part because it is very delicate.
Remove the 6 screws in the motherboard
Then lift the motherboard out of the frame, holding it by edges.
Most computers have two fans. The system fan, the one blowing air in the computer, and the CPU fan, the one blowing air onto the CPU heatsink.
The power supply supplies power to every component in a computer. Therefore, it has the most wires of every other components in the computer.
HDD can store operating systems, software programs, and other files using magnetic disk. More specifically, hard disk drive control the reading and writing of the hard disk that provides data storage. HDDs are used either as the primary or secondary storage device in a computer.
RAM is a temporary memory bank where your computer stores data it needs to retrieve quickly. RAM keeps data easily accessible so your processor can quickly find it without having to go into long-term storage to complete immediate processing tasks.
The CPU is the brain of the computer system that controls the interpretation and execution of instructions.
The motherboard is the backbone that ties the computer's components together at one spot and allows them to talk to each other. Without it, none of the computer pieces, such as the CPU, GPU, or hard drive, could interact.